Let's go get some Dinky Dawgs. They're grass-fed, no freeze, Fraser Valley wieners. Need a breather from a burger, Dinky Dawgs will feed you. Infinite topping, hot doggy, so much better than the rest, and the rest are not an option. Dinky Dawgs. Let's go get some Dinky Dawgs.
It's strange, but it isn't. It's actually really good. Hidden deep within Granville SkyTrain Station is one of Vancouver's best kept secrets. What is this even? It's going to be, hands down, the best hot dog that you've ever had in your entire life.
I love the maple syrup.
You're actually so right. Sure, it might be a bit of a bold statement, but fortune definitely favors Dinky Dawgs, and they're creating a new kind of hot dog that changes the stigma behind this popular street meat. The biggest contrast here is because after I drink, I don't feel like doing anything, let alone inventing a recipe for a hot dog.
Dinky Dawgs came from humble beginnings in Whistler when Duran Bodasing opened up his first shop with the intent of revolutionizing the hot dog, and he did all that and more. With an idea in place and the drive to succeed, his friends and him came up with a bold concept and original recipes, all while adding their own flair to what a hot dog could be.
Probably the best dog I've ever had.
Chipotle mayo, hot sauce, egg, sauteed onions, bacon, peppers, maple syrup. Did I mention maple syrup?
Teaming up with the local sausage production factory, Black Forest Meats, Dinky Dawgs has carefully created their own line of hot dogs that they use in their stores.
Yeah, the one thing that was specific to us was the shape.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to fit in the bun properly, I wanted it to look the same, and we got to that point with the new shop and the new dogs, and it's just amazing.
Nice.
Their success has already been realized by local media as well, and has quickly cemented Dinky Dawgs as the authority when it comes to Van City hot dogs.
So, I saw on the menu, you have something called a breakfast dog.
Breakfast dog, yes.
I'm excited, but it's like half,
Yes.
like how did you manage to make a breakfast dog is my question to you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you the truth. The truth is that the breakfast dog comes from us having to work New Year's Day in the shop in Whistler.
Chipotle mayo, hot sauce, egg,
Bacon.
sauteed onions, bacon, peppers, maple syrup.
And last time I went there, we like experimented and made a turkey club one. So like that was like
Oh, you put
crazy.
the turkey dog and then bacon.
And then like Caesar salad and like it was great.
So the company that, I mean, you know, is the biggest inspiration rhymes with Rapadog. That's okay.
Yeah.
Those guys, right? So Rapadog, those guys, you know, they paved the way for hot dogs. And I mean, really,
For sure.
he's an incredible business person and a wonderful mentor to anyone who really wants to go and do something unique.
Yeah.
Because he created that brand.
Yeah.
I was very inspired by that, right? That he could do that he could take a hot dog, classify it to a culture specifically
Absolutely.
about Japanese culture and make his entire menu just about Japanese culture.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, he did it so well.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I've enjoyed several, right?
Yeah.
But his experience and everything that their product represents is completely the opposite of ours, right? We are all about the clean and the grass-fed organic and the over-the-top toppings and the, you know, the little nuttiness, the cartoons and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. And so we're quite differentiated from their concept,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that, you know, that gave us a lot of leeway. When we first made Dinky Dawgs, someone said, hey, well, everyone's gonna think the hot dogs are really tiny. And I said, who's gonna make tiny hot dogs? You are. These are great. This is a great idea. We have to get together with the bun guys, that's all.
See, we have one plate here with 2 cuts,
Yeah.
one plate here with 2 cuts, and it tells you that we get our meat when it gets ground, it gets 4 times cut.
Yeah.
Because you have the natural fat which you need for flavor, and then you have the meat proteins, and the meat proteins cover basically the fat. You know, and this way you get a much better bite into it, a much better flavor, and smooth like silk.
Yeah.
Shows you how much grams, you know, for you guys we make special sizes. So there's a program Dinky Dawg and we...
120 for us, right?
Yeah, we hit it and the machine spits always out 120 grams exactly.
Yeah, let's, oh
Cheers.
boy, cheers.
I love the maple syrup.
You're actually so right. My mind is blown. I'm gonna be honest with you, when you told me, like, when I was watching you make it, and I'm like, I trust him, but this looks a little crazy to me. Wow.
You're up for adventure, eh?
Well, yeah, but I was
Well,
just
here we
like,
are.
what are we even doing? So you started out in Whistler, right?
That was where the science experiment began,
Yeah.
in Whistler,
How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Well,
And the reason for that was to
everywhere.
see whether or not, there you go, Joey.
Yeah.
The experiment, you know, to do it in Whistler,
Yeah.
there's a couple good reasons. Number one, Whistler is a hotbed for an international audience.
Got it. Yeah.
So in 10 minutes, I can serve 5 people from around the world
Yeah.
that product.
Yeah.
And get all these different opinions from all these different palates.
Yeah.
And everyone's there for the same reason.
Yeah.
To have fun.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you've got people with good attitudes that are there on holiday.
Yeah.
They're trying to have a good time. And then, you know, you're serving a product that's unique. And they want to remember it. They're
Yeah.
taking photos of it. Oh, I went to Dinky Dawgs. I had this thing.
Yeah. This
And
crazy
that- yeah.
thing.
And that started happening. So we really owe it to Whistler for, you know, elevating us.
And the Whistler one's still open, yeah?
It's open today.
Really?
You can go there right now.
Does the inside of the Whistler one look like this? Well,
It
with,
does.
with
It's,
like the nice graphics
This
and
shop is definitely inspired by the Whistler one. The Whistler one is much smaller, but it has its own unique charm.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have some unique Star Wars toys in it as well. But the Millennium Falcon here was destined for the Vancouver shop. The Whistler shop has a lot of gifts that athletes have given us since we've been opening, like pro snowboarders
alright.
and skiers. They hang their skis up,
Yeah.
and you know, tokens of appreciation for Dinky Dawgs, and all of our press and all that stuff is in that shop. This shop's much more slick. Well, I want them to feel like they've had something that they've never had before. Number one is, and that the experience of the hot dog and everything that they've remembered from eating it before is gone. And now they have a brand new level of appreciating the food, and let their imaginations fly and challenge us. Please, anyone that comes to Dinky Dawgs, email us, tell us about your ideas. We want to know.
I'm 604NomNom, and this has been your Dinky Dawgs experience. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing restaurants. If you know a place that we should feature, leave a comment below and release you in a Nomster.
We met.
I swear,
Yeah.
okay, I walked right by it, and I know that's a horrible statement to have, but hear me out. I walked by it, and I'm like, oh, I've never seen this before. Like, it looks cool. And then I got just maybe right around here, and
I
I,
sat over there with Ron.
yeah, and then I
Yeah.
had one more look, and I'm like, that's the Millennium Falcon. We need to go inside. And it's just, and it has Lucas's signature on the top. Is that
So
what you
the
said?
top of it is signed by George Lucas. It is number 535 of 700 made around the world. It was produced by Hasbro Toys in 1994 for the launch of the Phantom Menace, and it was installed in Toys R Us locations around the world.
Yeah.
Then that promo was over,
Yeah.
so they gave them away. They gave them away
For free.
for free.
What?
So these ended up in, like, you know, back rooms and dirty garages of like kids' houses covered in dirt.
No.
Yes, this thing was covered in dirt when I got it. I found it in California. This guy had it in his backyard, sitting there under a tarp.
Does he even know?
It was going for
did
$6,000 to $10,000 on eBay. Justin Bieber's got one in his living room. Okay, this is like the it toy, and now I have one.